Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Shan here with Carrie.
What up?
Good morning and welcome to Black Lion Live. We got Royce on the ones and twos in the back.
Yo, yo, yo.
We got Miss Terry on live.
Hey.
We're here talking about Hampton Roads, business, real estate, and everything in between. So let's get into it.
All right. So first thing we got up is, let's we've been gone for a little while. Let's get a little checkup on everybody.
It's been a long time.
It's been what that man who about? It's been a long time coming.
Oh my gosh, no! Don't
And
you ever do that again.
Yes,
Change gonna come.
Ooh,
You know what it is.
ooh.
You trying to sing too?
No, my ears were hurting.
Okay, that was funny. Okay, it's funny. All right, kid, let's get into you, man. Well, actually, you're a bummer. Let's get into Shane. How you been these last? Let's see, would have been 2 months.
I have been amazing. I learned how to ride a motorcycle.
What?
I got my motorcycle license. Yep. That was fun, exciting. Yep.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm about to start graduate school again, earn my doctorate. So it's been pretty eventful.
Okay, so you said you're about to earn your doctorate. So
Start working on my doctorate. Yes.
okay, so what diplomas? Or it would be diplomas, right?
The doctorate. Is
Okay.
the diploma.
Those are different things, doctorates and diplomas?
So diploma is high school.
Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm 18. I just got out of high school. So,
You know what I mean?
you know what I'm saying?
So with her, what she's saying is, I already got my MBA, so now I'm about to shine on everybody and get this doctorate and call me doctor.
Okay.
Whatever you call me, just call me doctor.
Dr. Shanathan.
Yeah, Shannon, easy is my nickname. You know what I'm saying?
Here we go. Well, whatever you say, just throw doctor in front of it.
You know what I'm saying? Dr. Shannon. You know what I'm saying? All right, Carrie, what you been up to, man, these past couple months, man? See where we've been going.
Sheesh. Listen, everything's been a blur. Everything from actually getting back with Izzy. Me and Izzy been reacquainted. So for those that don't know, Izzy is a 2014 Street Glide. So we've been reacquainted.
Motorcycle.
Just hanging out with the family, hanging out with friends, family, and really just being active with the people that mean most in my life. So, and then of course Black Lion, we always rocking out. So that's what I've been up to.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. We got somebody new on there. We switched out a little Karima for the day. We got somebody from Fresh Faces on here. We got Miss Terry. What's your last name?
Mitchell.
We got Miss Terry Mitchell in the building.
Oh, don't get shy now. Yeah, she try to hit you with the soft Mitchell.
You know what
Call
I'm
me
saying?
Miss Mitchell. Okay.
And then
Oh, no,
speaking of Karima, she came through with the donuts
Whoa,
this morning.
she came in.
Karima.
Now, guys, we gonna give you a whole outlook on how late she is. Okay, so people game, right?
Oh no, don't do that.
No, people game. No, people game.
Don't do that. Listen, this is my favorite NCO right here. What you're not going to do is talk about my favorite NCO.
I'm gonna throw her into the bus because she was throwing me under the bus. So
That's all right. You do that later. That Kareem, I got you.
He had a mental health appointment and he's talking about it.
Ooh.
Tomato the can.
So you don't ride for mental health, Royce? Is what you saying?
What you mean, bro? Don't cancel me, bro. Shit, bro. Get on, bro. Let me famous shit, man.
All right, Miss Mitchell, go ahead and rock out.
Hey y'all.
That's it. That's all you got is a hey y'all.
You gotta hear y'all.
What's good? I'm Terry. I'm new to the family. What's up? What you want to know, Royce?
So let's ask you a simple question on why did you get into real estate? So like, what appealed you to real estate? Because you were in the military, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
I'm
what made
still in the military?
Okay, so what made you want to leave the military and get into real estate?
Well, my main biggest goal is to generate generational wealth for
Okay.
my family and others.
Okay.
So that really was just one opportunity for me, a new environment, just being able to, build that wealth for my family.
Okay, and while building that wealth for your family, so do you have a plan?
I got several.
Okay, so give us a little insight on let's say the same thing we said pre-game in this episode to them. What is your second half plan? Like second half of the year plan?
I don't want them to know that right now.
You want to give them all the game?
Nah, not right now.
Okay.
Royce, you ask some good questions, but some people, they try and keep stuff close to the chest for a little bit.
I mean, it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to come out next year,
Right, on top.
Okay, it makes sense.
Kareem, what's going on? I see. I was trying to catch you mid-chew. What's good?
You want to get on my live?
Go ahead, throw Kareem the mic.
Can't remember that, Mike. You give that one?
Put it right here. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
What's popping? Brooklyn. My bad.
All right. How are y'all this morning?
Yo, all is good. All is
What time did
good.
everybody get here?
Oh, we were here
On time? Okay.
extra early.
You know me, always late.
No, we didn't tell you so. And then we knew about the mental health.
Come on, man. I didn't know, bro.
I think he's trying to say forget the troops.
Right.
No,
You don't care about the troops, granddad?
bro. I shopped at DAV yesterday, bro. I'm good, bro.
All right.
Shopped at the DAV yesterday, bro. I'm good with the troops, man. And I gave a 3% tip.
Period.
Talk to me.
What is he talking about?
He gave a 3% tip at the DFE, the disabled veterans. Yeah.
Oh,
3%.
3%.
Dang.
I only spent $3.
3% of $3.
That's so 3 cents.
So you gave them 3 pennies.
That's crazy, Royce.
They say you can't leave nowhere without tips.
He tried. It's the thought that count.
It's more clear that he's saying forget the troops.
Trying to troll me.
it's a tough day for you today, ain't it, Royce? All right, so what we doing? What's the first topic?
All right, so the next topic is the current events. So,
Current events.
what's going on in the world today?
All right, so listen, thanks to my good friends and app over here at Morning Brew, we're gonna run down some things. So if you just need like a good 3-minute catch up on what's going on, Morning Brew. I'm not even being sponsored by them, but Morning Brew is definitely a good place to start. So they send you morning emails, comes in. I don't know what time it comes in because I know it's there before I wake up. But according to Morning Brew, let's jump into it. So, new payment lowering plan for students. Did you know about that?
Is it for student loans?
Yeah. So,
No, I don't know.
beginning this fall, under the Save Plan. You familiar with the Save Plan?
No.
Okay.
What is that? What is that? Let me pull that up. What is that?
You want to pull it up?
Yeah, let's
So
go.
throw it back then while I talk about it.
Go throw that up.
So beginning this fall, under the Save Plan, 1 million more Americans will qualify for 0 monthly payments.
I need for them to just go ahead and forgive those student loans. Like, come on.
So it also the Save Plan, the Save Plan raises the income threshold for paying nothing to $32,805, up from $22,000.
That's good.
You don't look impressed. Okay. Unpaid interest will not pile up as long as people make their monthly payments.
Okay.
So I mean, listen, that right there is love.
I mean, yeah.
Unpaid interest. Okay. So
Unpaid interest.
okay, so interest that has but they're still going to continue to accrue interest. It's just unpaid interest from the past.
That's how I'm understanding this.
Okay.
And beginning in July, loans of $12,000 or less will be canceled after 10 years of payments. Damn, y'all pay student loans for 10 years? That's crazy.
I don't like this plan.
Yeah, that's a scary.
10 years?
Some pay longer.
Hey, listen, shout out to the VA benefits, the educational benefits. Shout out.
Them boys, they,
Undergrad loan payments will be capped at 5% of borrowers' discretionary funds. Total income minus $32,800, down from 10% under the current programs.
where's that big
I was
dog?
about to add my input, but
So I'm reading this off of Morning Brew.
Yeah, I'm on Money right now.
you can search. Oh no, you can't. Yes, you can. Just search student loans.
Go to search. The headline is called "New Payment Lowering Plan for Student Loans is here."
Don't mind my spelling, y'all.
Just hit enter. See what happens.
That should come up, right? Where we at?
Yeah, no, it's none of those.
Okay.
Just search student loan.
All right, so there's that.
There it is.
Yeah, it's the one with my man,
boy
President
Biden.
Biden. Yeah. So there it is right there.
All right. So you're gonna read that off to me, man.
I just
You
did.
just did.
Yeah, I did that.
You did that,
I
brother.
did that.
So where can they go and apply for this?
That's a good question.
Scroll, Royce.
These are probably this probably relates to federal student loans, so you can go on like the Department of Education website and get information about applying for the repayment plan.
Okay.
I know a lot of times the borrowers, they'll send out stuff, you know, directly and say like, hey, if you qualify, you know, fill this out. I know it happened with me a couple times.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, some fun news. X no longer marks a spot. That's also in Morning Brew, so you can look that headline up.
X no longer marks the spot.
Right. So I know what you're thinking, right? What are we talking about?
Yeah,
So
what is it?
Elon Musk turned Twitter to X. Y'all tracking that, right? Y'all know
He
about
turned
that?
Twitter into X,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
saw
kind
that.
of like
So it's no
SpaceX.
so it's no longer called
So
Twitter.
if you open up your app right now,
Wait a minute.
it says X.
Twitter.
Yeah, I seen that.
Listen, y'all. Listen, not you, Terry.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Didn't even notice it, right?
The logo and everything changed.
Yep. So the logo changed. But what this article is alluding to is that they changed the. There was a sign in California right by the Twitter headquarters. They put a big X out there, and neighbors started complaining, saying it was too bright. So they told them to pull that mess down. So,
Yeah, they don't got that headline in here.
Crazy. I didn't know that.
so check Tour D headlines.
What?
DE Tour DE
Oh, it's a different
headlines.
site. It's a different site.
No. It's still on the same thing.
Tour. DE. Headlines.
Well, that's why you should subscribe to Morning Brew so you can keep up with me.
Search Twitter.
Just search Twitter. Okay.
Why are we searching Twitter?
No, just search the term Twitter on Morning Brew. Just type Twitter in the search No, go back to Morning Brew
Oh.
and type in Twitter in the search. Yeah.
Listen, you give us too much technology. We all over the place. We want to see all kind of screens moving.
No, it's not there.
Nah.
All right. So with that being said, that was the Elon Musk news. Let's see what else is happening out here. Do y'all want to talk about the nuclear reactor? First all new U.S. nuclear reactor in decades go live. They're bringing it back.
What?
Oh Lord.
Huh? So the zombie apocalypse is coming. First time that thing fails, guess what? And it's sad. So this one you could pull up. So pull up first all new U.S. nuclear reactor.
Saw that one.
Huh? We gotta subscribe.
Man, that's horrible.
I'm gonna go ahead and get that little subscribe going real quick. I'm gonna get that little subscribe. Go, you talk about it. I'm gonna subscribe going off cam.
All right. So now they're also saying that it's harder to get a loan. I'm gonna read this one real quick. A Fed survey released yesterday shows that banks are being stingier. They actually use the word stingier when handing out cash. Thanks to all the interest rate hikes, a net 51% of banks said they'd raise their standards for large and medium-sized business loans last quarter, up from 46% during quarter one and the highest since 2008, not counting the pandemic. For consumer loans, more banks than last quarter said they had up credit card loan standards. So it's getting harder to get money out here in these streets, y'all.
It's funny you mentioned that because yesterday on my Facebook feed, one of my Facebook friends was complaining about having like an 800 credit score, but still being and owning this business for 9 years, having an 800 credit score, having plenty of cash flow, and still not being able to get a business loan, small business loan.
So this is this next one is retail, and I guess this is for my name brand people.
Label horse.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it.
Oh,
I didn't want to call it that. But apparently they're talking about what would you pay for a Birkenstock?
A Birkenstock or a Birkin bag?
Birkenstock.
Oh, the shoes?
Yes.
Oh, the shoes. I got me some.
Me too. I only paid 40.
I got
for
me
mine.
some bathing apes.
So
I paid.
so the question
$90.
is, hold on, before you divulge this information, do you have stock?
No.
Like stock? No.
Stock in the company.
No.
So listen. So
Wait a minute. So are we asking about Birkin stock? Like
Or
two
the
words?
shoes.
Or the shoes? Because there are shoes called Birkenstocks, right?
we're talking about both.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right? So here's the thing, y'all. If you really love a product, invest in it. Right? Get paid part of that money, because it's our people that go out there and spend the most money on things and don't get a return, while other people are just investing in the company while we buy the product and services. So
True that.
invest in the company. So Birkenstock's revenue jumped about 29% to 1.3 billion last year. So
How can they invest in the company? Like, what's some basic information they can like research on their own?
So me personally, I would start looking at the stock market, and I would start looking at different 401ks and all this other stuff that you can invest within your the 401k product or IRA type products.
A good app to use is Yahoo Finance. In Yahoo Finance, you can just look up whatever company you're interested in. Just Google, let's say Birkenstock, Google Birkenstock ticker symbol, and then type that ticker symbol into the Yahoo Finance app, and it'll give you a lot of information about that particular business.
That's game.
I like Yahoo Finance.
It really is.
Yeah, Yahoo Finance is fire.
I'm sorry.
So that's it off the morning brew.
I got a one current event. Did anybody see Mitch McConnell like freeze when he was at the podium? I don't know what type of event it was.
What we talking about?
Mitch McConnell, the guy from the White House. I can't remember what position he holds. Old guy. Y'all ain't see it? Okay, never mind.
Hey, we got the TV up, bro. Let's get joined up real quick. How you feel about that?
Go for it. I mean, it's there. Use it.
Look at that joint up real quick.
But let's not take away from what we came here to do, y'all. We came here to rock out, right?
Oh yeah,
So we already 20 minutes in, so let's get this done.
18 minutes.
Get her done.
Roger.
Yeah, let's get it done.
How you spelling it?
MITCH
Let's see.
Mitch. Period.
MCC. Yep. Just do us. Yep, that one. And so he was, Senator Mitch McConnell. Okay.
Oh no free promo.
Yeah.
No free promo.
And people were trying to figure out what was going on with him.
Where's my?
And y'all haven't seen the meme?
Hey,
going
so
around?
listen, so check it out, right? So you could leave that up there, kill the sound, right? But I would tell you that I'm getting on my Charlemagne right now when you start talking about aliens and all this other stuff, right? Yeah, I'm about to get on my Charlemagne because this happened to Hillary Clinton at one point too.
She
in the
froze like
election.
this?
Yeah. So, it could be a couple of things. They could be having low key seizures.
That's what they suspected, like a stroke or a seizure, but I haven't really heard too much as to why he froze. I've just seen
Now
the
let me
memes
ask you.
going around.
Let me ask you this. I don't mean to sound funny, but what's the so what behind this?
What's the what?
What's the so what?
It's just a current event that I was
Okay.
curious, everybody's opinion about, or if they've seen the memes. Cause
See, I'm on my Charlemagne right now.
the internet is savage, and so something like that happens, and they just go ham on the memes and stuff. So.
I'm on my Charlemagne right now. Sounds like they have exclusive executive problems that don't really bother me.
You were talking about aliens, though.
On my Charlemagne, I'm on Charlemagne, not Carrie. What you're not gonna do is have me in no rubber room. That was on my Charlemagne.
Well, the government just admitted that they got alien bodies, so you wouldn't be they wouldn't put you in a rubber room.
Can we get the little can we get that? Yeah.
Hey, then watch that on. The government come for you, Shan.
Yeah.
They did. It
Shan,
It was on public TV.
listen,
Y'all
Shan,
didn't see that?
listen. Shan is about to turn this podcast into some kind of X-Files series.
Thinking about it, he didn't even blink. That was probably a seizure.
Yeah, something was going on with
He
him.
didn't even blink the whole time.
I mean,
Yeah.
he do wear diapers. You know how it be.
So
gotta go, you gotta
remember. I'm going to say this: that Kerry Ferdinand will never speak ill of the United States government while on this podcast because he served 21 glorious years in the Uncle Sam's military.
Royce is just on it today.
Yeah. So Royce and Shan, they have clearly missed. They have clearly missed being on mic and on camera.
Everything that I just mentioned is public. Even the government saying that aliens exist. The video is out for all to see.
So Hampton Roads tonight, when you look up at the stars and you see something passing by,
Nobody saw that.
Just know that it's
A UFO.
I saw the whole
no
interview.
longer called UFOs.
What they called?
They're not UFOs. They're something.
Yeah, there's
else.
another
Unidentified. No, it's not
UA
even.
something.
UAVs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I heard that.
So tonight, Hampton Roads, as you go to sleep outside, because I know you go to sleep outside, and you peer up above and you gaze upon the heavens and you see a shooting star, understand.
Y'all need to watch TikTok more often, cause
I need to watch TikTok more often.
all the
Understand
news
that
be
you
on
should watch TikTok more often to understand that the local UAVs will not harm you.
Why is it not?
All right.
Small business highlight is what's next.
Small business highlight.
Trying to get the drink pulled up. Man, Mike's acting different.
It's clear that we are rusty doing this. And
Oh yeah. I mean, the TV is a new addition, man. So we gotta get
right. I feel like let's not play with the TV so much and let's just throw a background up there. Let's just keep rocking out because even Kareem was like, "What's this guy doing?"
I'm trying to get the freaking.
Yeah. Let's get what you had up. So Karima, how was New York?
New York was it was splendid. I overstayed my welcome at my grandma's house.
She put you out?
No, she didn't put me out. I felt like I could only go home for like a week at a time. That's where I'm at with going home. I can only go home for a week at a time. I'm not going home longer than that. She mad because my kids was running around the house. They're 2 and 5. She was mad because they're running around the house and getting on her chairs.
But that's what kids
where they're
do.
supposed to sit.
That's what my
Well,
Okay, grandma.
older
And-
folks,
Yeah.
their chairs,
But older folks like kids.
no, they can't play in the living
She
room.
like them
You
for like
can't
2-3
touch
days. After 2-3 days, it's time to go.
Because usually grandkids can do
Your
no
parents
wrong.
didn't have that room where nobody could go in. You can't sit in the chair. You can't touch nothing in that room.
I think that's uniquely American.
Yeah, my parents had that room.
Yeah, mine was the living room. And we
Yeah, it was
had,
a living room.
White couches. Mm-hmm. So we wasn't allowed to go in there when my grandfather was alive. But now that he passed, like kids be jumping in the chairs, doing somersaults. Like I know he's rolling in his grave.
My question though was like, why y'all got a chair in there if nobody can sit in it? Like, why?
that part.
All right.
It's only
So-
for guests.
So we're probably going to edit all this stuff out, but,
Yeah.
This is not going up live. Let's just go get edited because we gotta run that part back in. 'Cause we don't got no watchers, viewers, bro.
My granny had us outside. We stayed outside.
You better not be running in and out that house.
She'll lock the door on you.
Let my
I think
air
Royce
out.
is trying to get our attention to say that he's ready.
You ready?
All right, guys, we're back into the small business highlight, and we got it on the screen. We got Rick's Barbershop. Go ahead, talk about your care, because I see that's a pretty bald head in the chair. So
Yeah,
That's a
so
nicely shaped head.
I want y'all to know that,
go ahead, and take the hat off right now, bro.
no,
I might need to go back. Bro.
no, no. So
Dang, look
This-
at
this
Shan's
is-
laugh, bro.
this was a while ago. This is over a month ago over at my man Revision Cuts with Rick. Karima introduced me to him. This is our first day there. There's actually an interview with him up there, but Rick is located, I think, it's 606 Aberdeen Road in Hampton. Sounds about right.
And you've been going back, to
Yeah, so I want y'all to know that Kareem also introduced me to another barber that was hot trash.
Shit.
Son,
Listen. I never,
Trash.
I never, I don't know if he's any good or not because I just know that people like their time. I made the appointment.
Okay.
I paused because I want to know how bad I want to do this dude, but
You made the appointment.
I made the appointment. Fresh,
Okay.
right?
Freaking fresh.
Apparently that's his name. So I made the appointment with Mr. Fresh online. These are honest reviews. I made the appointment online with Mr. Fresh.
Okay.
We had a confirmed appointment with Mr. Fresh. When I showed up on time, a little bit early, and it was hot outside. And I know because I stood outside for about 20 minutes waiting on him. He never showed.
Did he call you?
Never called.
Have
Well,
you heard
hold on. So after I sent him a message saying that I'm leaving because one of the people there was like, I know he's 20 minutes late and all, but maybe you should, wait a little bit longer. I was like, no, got things to do because by the time he shows up, does the little flappy thing with the. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? By the time he does all that and get his all
Put the
stuff
thing around
straight,
your neck.
yeah, it's gonna be at least 45 minutes. So I was like, nah, I got someplace else to be, right?
Take that long to put one of those things around your neck.
I mean, the way he was pulling up,
Oh, okay.
right? I feel like he went out there and got him something to eat and forgot that he had money to make. So anyway, I canceled the appointment, and then he's gonna send another cancellation over top of mine saying that he's not taking the appointment. At what point did you know you wasn't gonna take the appointment? Was it at the? Because I don't know how these apps work, so I don't know if they take points off or whatever for not being on time, but he's gonna cancel the appointment and say make the appointment for tomorrow. So I jumped in my car, I went back to Hampton, and just walked in, and Rick took care of me. So for nothing else, I feel like Rick is for the people, and he's on time, and he takes care of what he has to take care of. I'm pretty sure Mr. Fresh would have been okay, but he just,
Freaking fresh.
as far as being timely, he just wasn't there, and I don't have the time to go back. So
I'm sorry you went through that.
yeah, so that's the reason why I keep going back to Rick. Great guy, great conversation, and even the clients that come in there, they show a lot of love, and they seem to be more community oriented. And then, I'm a little bit older, so that might be my crowd, that might be my tribe.
Okay.
So no offense to Fresh and anybody else that works there. I think maybe me and Fresh might have had the wrong.
Why you keep saying that main name?
Because I want to, I mean, in case he watches, I want him to know that I was sorely disappointed because I really wanted to be able to highlight somebody else that looks like us.
Did he
But
text you and apologize for that?
no apology. And I'm glad I didn't do the thing where you pay online first because I think I probably would have had another problem. So that was my experience. I understand that other people have great experiences. That's just Carrie's experience, and just don't take Carrie's word for it. But I couldn't tell you how it was.
Gotcha. So that was our small business highlight.
Hey,
So yeah. So like I said, shout out to Rick. Great guy. Listen, by the way, if you are a barber or something like that and you're looking for some place to hang your license or go cut some hair in a great environment, he is hiring barbers at this moment. So check him out.
So I have a business question about that. So you know how like you have real estate brokerages and real estate agents have to find a brokerage to hang their license. Do you have to be like a master barber to have other barbers hang their license in your shop, or can you just be a barber?
So I had looked at opening a barbershop a long time ago, not that I know how to cut hair, but the barrier for me was I needed to have a master barber on site. So I believe that you do have to have a master barber on site.
Gotcha.
To have a barber, to have a barbershop.
Gotcha. Okay.
cool little.
And Kareem, I want you to know I was on my Charlemagne. I'm on my inner Charlemagne right now. I am channeling Charlemagne the God right now. So listen, Fresh, I apologize if that came off a little rude, but we know what happened. Okay.
This is who my boyfriend and my son go to. I don't know in person.
That's fair.
Freaking fresh.
All right, so
Them new age.
restaurant highlight.
Restaurant highlights. I want to highlight two different places. One is a restaurant. The other, they sell desserts. So the first place is Jamaica Mystique.
Hey, listen, that place is fire.
They have delicious. I actually went there last week and I got some oxtail. And I don't usually do oxtail, but they were pretty good. Oxtail mac and cheese. Their food is amazing. I walk across there for beef patties, the Jamaican beef patties. Yeah, let me tell you,
Yeah.
I got a spicy beef patty and some coconut juice. I'm not too crazy about coconut juice, but they're amazing. And the other place is Couture Cakes by Nakia. I haven't been there in a while, but her cupcakes are good, and she's minority. And she's down at Hilton Village. You might also see her her
Oh
truck.
yeah. I
Yeah,
like
the blue
them.
truck.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah.
might see her truck around. You can buy cupcakes straight off the truck. So Jamaica Mystique and Couture Cakes by Nakia.
And back to Mystic Jamaica, because I am channeling my inner Charlemagne. What gone? All right. That's my inner Charlemagne. That's my Charlemagne
Where that boo at?
impersonation of Jamaicans.
That was
What
horrible.
gone?
So,
You like when you got a boo on here or something?
so are you saying what's going on? What's going on?
That's what
What the
Charlemagne
guan?
says.
That's why I
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
So that was my Charlemagne moment.
Let's not do it again.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Listen, with respect, I won't do it again.
Yeah, with a whole lot of respect, you know?
All right. So, what we got next?
Next one is real estate highlights.
Ooh. So it's hard to start this one. Real estate highlights. So I had a bunch of papers in front of me earlier, and I'm just gonna paraphrase.
Okay.
For the
'cause
sake of
I was
time.
about to say I thought you were not going to use those, and I worked hard.
So for the sake of time, I'm gonna paraphrase.
Okay.
The pending recession that everybody's talking about seems like it's not really a thing. Interest rates are going up. We are expecting interest rates to stop going up. And when I say we're talking the realtor board. They don't expect it to go up any further
That's
after it hits
good.
6.4 moving into next year. So 6.4 being the prime rate. For those that understand, the prime rate is the base number, and then somebody got to put a little extra on top of it to make some extra dollars. So that being said, they're expecting it at 6.4, so we're looking at about 7.5 interest rate going into 2024, and they're expecting rates to drop slightly in 2024. As far as the housing market here in Hampton Roads,
It's solid.
it's solid. Now, we will say sales are down 15%, and that's across the nation. So we're on par with the nation. So sales are down 15%, but understanding the reason why, the pandemic, rates being higher, those sort of things. But Hampton Roads, there's still a housing shortage. It's not stopping anything. Rates aren't stopping anything. If you're an investor, it's not stopping investors because these are prices that investors are typically used to paying.
Can you say that again? Repeat that about the rates. Repeat that.
Which
Rates
part?
aren't stopping anything.
Yeah, right. So
People are still buying.
So for those out there that believe that rates are stopping things, I was in a Facebook chat group, and they discussed that rates are the things that stopping people from buying houses. And I'm gonna tell you, your budget is what's stopping you from buying a house.
Amen to
Your
that.
being undisciplined is what's stopping you from buying a house. Being uninformed is what's stopping you from buying a house. The fear of the unknown is what's stopping you from buying a house.
Say that
But the
again.
rates themselves are not stopping you from buying the house. If your budget is $1,500, your budget is $1,500. The rate's not going to change. Now your $1,500 would have went a lot further with a 2% rate.
But those were,
Those-
record low rates
Record
that
lows.
we'll probably never see again.
probably not in our lifetime at least, unless we have another pandemic. But we're not expecting to see another one of those for another 100 years. So.
Yeah.
And that's game.
Hopefully.
So with that being said, definitely don't stop buying. The prices of houses are going up, and that's because of inflation and other things. And just remember, we're worried about cash flow. We're not worried about the rate and this, that, and the third. We're worried about how we can earn more money off of leveraging our property.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I was having a conversation about real estate. I had posted a question to my Facebook page asking what's holding people back from becoming homeowners. And I had one person, it bothers me when people post inaccurate information, but I had one person say that, the rates is what's holding him back because the rates affect equity. And then he also said that he's seen people go into foreclosure because of bad deals.
Cap.
Right. My question was, what bad deals? What bad deals? What bad deals have you?
So unless they went into some kind of ARM and they didn't understand how an ARM worked, and even if they went into a 3-year ARM right now, they wouldn't realize a foreclosure right now, not since the pandemic. So that's cap.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're talking about these subprime loans that were being thrown out like candy back in 2007, like that was a long time ago. Like, I don't know. I had to educate this particular person on the real estate market, the current real estate market. So, and
then for the ones that are not in the market, or they are not daily users of the market, they're not the professionals in the market, they're usually 10 years behind, and they're listening to bad advice online and friends, this, that, and the third. So you could get a lot of bad advice on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube about how to invest and how, you get a lot of great bad advice. So
great bad advice.
Great bad advice is no. Listen, some of the worst advice I've ever heard came on, and it always comes from. And I don't know how people get caught up with these TikToks and this, that, and the third, where my man walks into a room with a bag of money, throws it on the bed. He's clearly at a hotel and says, "Follow me to learn how to get more money." Clearly, he's about to scam you. That is clearly a scam. If I ever see just that look alone, or buddy riding around in the rented Lamborghini, right? Clearly, you've never heard of this guy, never seen this guy before, but he jumps on there and says, "Hey, I have 77 rental properties. Let me show you how he does it." And then he shows you a quick little thing. He goes online and it makes no sense. And next thing you know, he's selling a class and you pay for the class. And
now you mad,
and now you wondering how he's getting his money up and your money's going down because you just enlisted in a scam.
He's making money off the class that he's selling.
Oh, I didn't mean to laugh.
I just have one quick question about this video up here. Why do I look so large in comparison to you?
Camera angle.
Thank you.
Thank you. I know that. I know that. Right? But
what you mean? Like, you mean like tall?
No, hold on. Well, when it comes back to that angle, we can move forward. I'll show you, huh?
You mean like Hush?
No, Carrie looks this big and I look this big.
I have one question.
What?
Why are you looking up there?
It's the distraction thing. I'm easily distracted.
ADHD hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, they do be hitting.
Yeah,
that's why when my mic died a few minutes ago, I was like, "Oh, I'm looking over at the black wall and stuff." But my mic did, so I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Okay, I'm gonna reel it back in, back to the real estate highlight.
I'm watching Karima and all the faces she's making over there.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know the 2 NCOs in here, bro. They just not messing with me.
So I'm still curious on like the camera's that way.
Y'all don't see
like you should be looking at this in post.
All right.
I think you look smaller.
I feel like I look taller. Okay, real estate highlights. What's the next one?
Real estate highlight.
No, I look like.
So I just finished the real estate highlight. So bottom line, keep buying houses. Prices aren't going to slow anything down. The interest rates aren't going to slow anything down. If it's within your budget to purchase a property, purchase a property.
Absolutely.
If it's within your means to buy an investment property, definitely buy the investment property. If you have questions, feel free to contact any one of the Black Lion agents, and I'm pretty sure they're going to rock out with you and make sure that they're going to take care of your needs. And I will say this. This has to be the weirdest brokerage ever because I've seen my agents talk more people out of selling their houses when it's ill-advised. So they really take care, and I support them when they do it. They really take care of their clients. So with that being said,
hey, that's a good time to go ahead and plug Black Lion and our real estate consultants. Let's go ahead and get that lineup going.
Do you have them up there? Ooh,
nope.
That's a good looking guy.
This is a narcissistic thing to say.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but say it.
We need a jingle. Black Lion needs a jingle.
Jingle bell, jingle bell.
Not that.
Oh,
That's horrible.
You
So-
trying to start one right now?
All right. So when you say a Black Lion shout out, you want me to highlight certain agents?
I highlight all agents, man. Them consultants, man. They been putting that work in.
So I wanna shout out particular agents right now, right? Because some are doing a little bit extra for the company. So let me shout out Jordan, who's moved into our training, to our training executive. He's really came in the office and said, "Hey, boss, we want to do X, Y, and Z as far as training. I want to be more involved," and he's been more involved with training. So let me shout Jordan out. Abe is always my guy. If y'all know, Abe is always the guy. He consults with me, quietly behind doors and gets my mind right and tells me that I should stop losing money by telling people to not sell their houses, right? Gary. So my two warrant officers is Gary and Abe. Gary always keeps it $150 with me. Comes in, and, he closes the door and has straight conversation with me.
And Gary offers great feedback that helps us improve our processes and helps to make the business run a lot smoother. So I appreciate that.
And then not to skip anybody, but our newest arrivals, Karima, Terry. They always have great information and great advice. And hey, did you think about this? Did you think about why I have two signs when you can have one sign with two colors? Duh. Right? So a lot of that stuff might seem like a small stuff, but it's big stuff to us. So listen, shout out to everyone in the Black Lion family.
Absolutely.
What else we got, Royce?
Hey, we gonna get that question, that Q&A, man. Gonna get that Q&A started, man. So today's topics, since we got two brokers in the building, we're actually broker.
So real quick, when you're saying today's topic, so I don't know if you know, Shan, so one of the newest changes that Jordan implemented is when we're doing our podcast, we have to stay on brand with training for the month.
Okay.
So this month's training is about negotiations.
Okay.
So Royce should have a whole bunch of negotiation questions or some negotiation questions coming up.
All right.
Yeah. First thing, let's get into what is your so on the same topic of negotiations, what has been your hardest negotiation? Like, if you had to set the stage for people that are watching at home, set the stage, then tell us, how did you negotiate that, or how did it go wrong? How did it go good? Let us know. We're gonna start with you. We're gonna start with you, Shan.
And what could you done better?
There we go. We'll start with you, Shan.
The most difficult negotiation.
Yes,
I don't know. I gotta think about that one.
Go.
All right. So listen, right off the jump, one of my first transactions, I started laughing. My man Tom, I'm not gonna say his last name. So Tom came to me as a FSBO, for sale by owner, right? Looked him up in the paper. Actually it was Zillow. Went on Zillow, looked him up, seen that he had a house on market for about a year, and I set the appointment with Tom, right? So I'm a brand new agent. Can't wait to go see Tom. Now, when I say a brand new agent, I had listed, I still have houses listed, right? But at this point, I haven't sold anything. I have listings, but I haven't sold anything. So I pull up on my man, Tom. Tom comes to the door, and it must have been 10 a.m. in the morning, and Tom was sauced. I'm talking about Tom was gone, right? Tom was on that vodka early in the morning, right? Comes in the house, he walks me around the house, and every room we went to, Tom had another bottle of vodka in the room, and he would just pour up every time we got into a new room, right? Living room. Yeah, Tom was, Tom will tell you, it might not be 6 o'clock somewhere, but I'm getting mine in, right? So we went from the kitchen, there was vodka. We went into the living room, vodka. He had like another space upstairs, and it had a fridge. So by the time we got upstairs, he needed more ice. Guess what? Tom popped it open, the ice, boop, boop, topped off his vodka, right?
That sounds like your little wonderland, don't it?
Listen, Tom was on it, right? And we walked around the house, and a couple things was happening. Tom was testing my knowledge, right? And he was doing it by asking me certain questions or telling me certain things, like, hey, the neighbor's house sold for such and such. Tom, no, it didn't. It sold for this amount. Oh, well, my house has X amount of square footage. No, it doesn't, Tom. According to the records, this is what it is. So we're going all through the house, and we get downstairs, and I felt like Tom was, wasting time a little bit. He was buying his time. So I was like, Tom, are we going to sign these papers or what? What are we doing? He was like, well, I got a couple more questions for you. So we're sitting in the sunroom, and Tom's cool with it, right? So Tom is a salesman as well. So Tom sits back. He's like, well, let me ask you a question. How long have you been in the business? I look up at the sky, and I thought about the best answer I could come up with was the truth, Tom, roughly 2 months. So Tom said, okay, 2 months. He was like, well, and since you've been selling, how many houses have you sold? So I was like, well, Tom, including this one, listen, I counted on my fingers too. Like, looked up the sky again, looking for the answer. Including this house? He was like, yeah, including this house. Well, Tom, 0, not a house. Tom sat back in his chair. He was like, well, listen, I've been waiting for other agents to come. That's why I've been stalling. I've been waiting for, it's supposed to be 4 agents. I was supposed to seat you in here and line y'all up and ask y'all questions. So, am I allowed to cuss, Royce? Because this actually happened.
Yes, you're allowed to cuss.
So Tom looked me dead in my eyes and said, why the fuck should I let you list my house if you ain't sold shit? So I looked at Tom dead in his eyes after thinking about it for about 2 seconds. Tom, I'm the only fucking agent here. Tom looked at me. He looked around the room. He said, well, let's go ahead and start signing these papers. So I say all that to say that sometimes being yourself works best, because if I went in there with the information I was taught and what I was told to do, I probably wouldn't have got the listing. Had I not done the research about the neighborhood and understanding the area, I probably wouldn't have got that listing. I don't think I would have earned his respect if I came in there and faked numbers to him. When he asked me certain questions like what makes me different, I explained to him my marketing plan. I explained to him the things that I would do. And believe it or not, I told Tom that I would take I believe in his listing so much that I was willing to take his listing for 30 days. And if it didn't sell within 30 days, I did all the work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I paid all the money. So I think in that situation, negotiation wise, that was one of my funnier ones. That was one of the most fun moments, because at that point I just threw it all on the table, threw my dice on the table and went with it. But negotiation wise, Tom was one of my most fun and memorable ones. Because after I got the listing, I went back to the office. I showed everybody the listing. It was at least 8 agents in there that tried to get the same listing, and they called him a jerk and this, that, and the third. But it was just good times to me. So don't question yourself. Go in there, have fun, and tell your truth.
Yeah.
Okay, so this next question is for both of you guys. What is your approach to like negotiating on the behalf of your clients in your real estate transactions?
This is definitely a Shan question, because Shan is definitely the most and best negotiator here at Black Lion, and the numbers say it.
All right.
So real quick, just to piggyback off of Carrie's story. He's a much better storyteller, but I went to a listing appointment. So a little bit, just a little backstory or explanation. So not only are we negotiating, during our transactions, when we go and we meet with clients to try to get listings and clients and whatnot, we're also negotiating on our own behalf. And so I'm amazing at negotiating on my client's behalf, but on my own behalf, not so much. So I went on my very first listing appointment. Yeah, and it didn't end like Carrie's ended. Like, I was in there for all of 2 minutes, and they kind of rejected me. And so, Carrie, did you drop me off?
No. So, real quick, I was supposed to meet her there, and I told her don't go in until I get there. I was running like 2 minutes late, ironically. So by the time I got there, she was walking out.
Yeah, they weren't having it. So I did a horrible job of negotiating on my own behalf. Didn't get the listing. But as far as did you ask about tactics? What was that, Terry?
On the behalf of your clients, like the real estate transactions.
So I go into a real estate transaction and a negotiation. Honestly, I keep my client's best interest in mind, and I have a conversation with the listing or whatever agent is on the other side. Have a conversation with them, to kind of get a feel of what's going on that side. There's some things you can kind of know. Like, for example, if a house has been on the market for certain like an extremely long time, that the seller is probably desperate to move that property. So you might be able to get some things, for your client. But I just go in there with the mindset to get as much as I can for my clients, because that's my only concern, to be honest with you. Okay. And closed mouths don't get fed. So
that's true.
You ask for stuff, you don't get.
That leads me into my next question. How do you handle multiple offers, and what strategies do you use to give your clients for a competitive advantage?
So are we on the buying side or on the listing side? Because there's definitely a difference in strategy.
You can share both.
Well, multiple offers, I would assume you're on the listing side. Well, no, you can be on the buyer side too. Yeah. Because you're in competition with the other buyers.
But just do the listing side.
All right, so on the listing side, so I'm transparent. I'm not the agent that goes back and forth and say, give me your highest and best offer, because at that point you're wasting everybody's time. What I typically like to do is contact each agent and say, hey, this is where we're at right now. Can you match or beat? Right now, as we're going through this, so let's say I have 2 offers, 3 offers, whatever the case is. As offers come in, I let everybody know. So if a new offer comes in, I will communicate with everybody. Hey, a new offer came in. This is what it is. Can you match or beat? Because I feel like agents are going to be honest with you and say, no, either I can match it or beat it, instead of wasting the time and saying,
exactly,
give me your highest and best by such and such, because highest and best doesn't really communicate what the highest base, right, exactly, where you need to be. So let's say a house is 200,000. I call you up and say, hey, we're at 200,000. There's 3 offers, FHA, conventional, this, that, and a third. It's up to the other agent to say, hey, we're still in the fight. We want to go to 205, right, or what have you, or we could change the terms. And I take it to a certain length. So let's say I make a cutoff, say Wednesday in the middle of the week, and I present it to my client, no bias. I put it out there on a spreadsheet, no bias with the offers. Let the client review everything, depending on what my client's wishes and wills are. It's up to him or her to make that decision.
Right.
So for me, so now on the buying side is having a come to Jesus moment, I like to call it, with your buyer and say, hey, listen, what is the highest that you're willing to go? We have a multiple offer situation. What is it that you want to go, and remind them? Because a lot of times some buyers get in a competitive thing where they have to outbid and they just have to have the house, and it's setting expectations that we may or may not get the house depending on how many offers it is, depending on what your loan type is, depending on who your loan offers. It's a lot of things that go into that. So it depends on what side we're on and what strategy I'm going to use.
And then being on the buying side, being creative with your offers. It's not always about the highest dollar amount that you can offer. There are other terms, that you can put in your offer.
Can I close early?
Right. Mm-hmm. That may make your offer a little bit more attractive to the seller. So lease backs, closing early, even offering to pay some of the seller's closing costs. So, there are different things that you can do to.
Yeah, it's definitely different techniques, and it's just understanding. I feel like when you're on the buying side, is creating open communication with the listing side.
Absolutely.
And figuring out exactly what the seller is looking for.
Exactly.
And once you get that, is tailoring your offer to that deal. Now, one thing I would say, a weak offer, a weak offer and a weak agent, they typically write the least amount of information on the offer, which leads us to guess what they're saying. Where a well-written offer,
absolutely,
a well-written offer. So I've had situations where an agent would just send the offer with no phone call, no nothing, just send it to my email, and it's usually a weak offer or whatever. I don't understand the offer, and it's hard to deal with. So any offer where you're fully explaining, that's a stronger offer. Weaker offers are just putting in the bare minimum
Yep.
and sending it forward.
I got one accepted just because of how I wrote a clean offer, but when I sent it over, in my email, there was, this is the offer.
The breakdown.
Yep, exactly. And there were a couple other details related. So I sent additional documents and explanations so that the listing agent didn't have any questions, or if they did have questions, my email, answered those questions.
Okay. Got any more questions?
Yeah, I got a few more.
All right, perfect.
So, do you guys involve your clients in negotiating and also keep them informed about their progress?
Absolutely. That's a must. I let my clients know, when offers have come in, if they want to know how much the offers, some clients want to know, what the offers are as they come in. Some clients, they want to, set a time, say we want to collect offers up until this point. And, at this point, then let me know what the offers are. But either way, I do keep them involved whenever we do start the negotiation process, because they have to approve, whatever. If I say, hey, my recommendation is that we offer this, I have to get my client's feedback, because I can't offer anything without my client giving a thumbs up.
Yeah, I think Shan nailed it.
Okay.
Okay.
So, can you guys explain the importance of building and maintaining a positive relationship with the real estate agents and during negotiation?
Yeah, so it's imperative that you build functional relationships. Like, you don't have to go out there and party and rock out with the other side, the other agents, but it's good to have a working understanding of each other and have that communication open. And you want to foster great communication and encourage them to do the same, because it's really your communication level that's going to get you the house and help you with a negotiation. And if you already have a rapport with the other agent and you've done good business with them, they're more likely to want to work with you in the future. So it's always, I know there are certain agents that I look forward to working with, and I know that when I see some agents' names in a listing or coming as a buyer side, I cringe. And let me stop and say this. I have to throw out the asterisk moment. I'm going to work with every and all agents. Every agent in Black Line is going to work with every and all agents. We're not going to. I know there are some people out there that believe that if you have a bad working relationship with somebody, that you're not going to take their offer or show their house. That's illegal.
Absolutely.
That's illegal, and we're always working for our clients' best interest. So if you have a product or a property that our clients are interested in, we're surely going to go after it and work with whomever to get the property. It's just sometimes it's just more fun to work with some people.
Yeah, you have to kind of put your feelings for the other person to the side to get a deal done.
Okay. Hey, that's good answers. Next question.
Okay. So, how do you adapt your negotiation styles to different types of properties and clients, such as like residential homes, commercial, or like the first time buyers?
So I don't adapt my negotiation style to the property type. I adapt it to the personalities. So if I have an aggressive personality, I may be either aggressive or I might be a little bit subdued, depending. Because at the end of the day, it's closing the transaction and working hard for my client. So the price amount or the property type isn't the important part. Customer satisfaction is paramount for any agent at Black Lion.
Absolutely. What he said.
Okay.
Okay. So how do you address potential conflicts that may arise between a buyer and seller during a negotiation process?
Me or you?
You got it.
All right. I feel like all conflicts usually result in miscommunication. So it's addressing whatever the conflict is head on, having an open discussion, laying down the ground rules that this is all about resolving conflict and moving forward. So that's how I do it. Just be straight on and just talk about it. Open that door of communication and figure out what's the reason for the breakdown, because it might be a personality clash.
Okay.
That's normally what it is.
All right. We could go ahead and stop the questions real quick. We got a lot of questions in the chat. We could go ahead get straight into this TikTok blind review.
Hey, TikTok-y.
All right, so we got to pull it up. Today we got one by no other than.
Am I pulling it up on my phone or?
No, we pull over. No one other than Justice Ferdinand. You know.
Justice the Bay. Okay.
Justice the Ferdinand. So, we got to pull her up real fast. Hold on, I went too far. So she did a little walkthrough.
I'm gonna make the day of life of working for my dad. So I went on an inspection this day. That means we looked at the house because we're about to buy the house, redo the house, and flip it so it can get put on the market so somebody else there can live there. As y'all can tell, I'm going through looking at the rooms, making sure everything's okay. The actual inspector is with us because he's doing it too, but we have to go to make sure like we have any questions and everything else. So I went up in the attic and checked the attic. That's in the next clip. But then I also went underneath the house and checked it. I will never do it again because I don't do bugs, yo. But it's pretty cool. Then later on that day, I went and spoke to the insurance State Farm. He owns 2 franchises of State Farm. It was pretty cool. Bye.
All right, so we did that one because, you know, she wanted to see how she did on there. So everybody in the comment, let us know how she did. Now, we want to know from y'all how y'all think she did on that little TikTok, that little TikTok, and what could she do better?
I think she did great. She showcased a small portion of what we do when we go look at houses that we consider rehabbing. She had the opportunity to learn some things by going in the attic to see, you know, the workings of, you know, what goes on up in the attic. And she had the opportunity to go under the house. You know, she said she'd never do it again. And she also kind of, when she went to go view when they went to State Farm, you know, insurance and houses, they relate because you have to have homeowners insurance. You know, when you buy a house, even when you flip a house, you have to have some type of insurance in place to rehab a house. So I thought she did great. She showcased her father, a day in the life of her father's work, which was pretty cool. Yeah, she did good.
Okay. Carice the man.
So I'm gonna defer real quick to Terry because Terry was out there too.
Yes,
So do you want to talk about this video in that particular day?
Well, first, I believe Justice did great on that video. It was hot. It was so hot.
I was waiting for that.
Nah, man, it was hot though.
It was very informational. The home inspector actually was really a nice guy. He gave us a lot of insight.
Sydney's awesome.
Yeah, on what to look for in the house, what makes it like the foundation good, what's some errors, I guess, to look for. So yeah, I had fun that whole day. Even Corey with the insurance, he had a lot of information that I believe a lot of minorities need to know in regards to like building wealth for themselves and their family.
Okay.
So asking me is not fair because I'm in dad mode.
Okay.
Right. So being in dad mode, in her last name, I mean, it's a perfect video. I mean, I see nothing wrong with it. It was perfect.
I mean, do you think she retained all the information that day that you want her to retain from taking her out and doing that inspection?
So no, I don't think that she retained all the information.
Or got a good video, or like converted it into a video pretty well.
Well, she converted what she did that day pretty well.
Okay.
I don't think she's gonna retain it, nor do I expect anybody to retain it on the first go round because it was a ton of information that day.
Yeah.
It was hot. There was mosquitoes. There was bugs. There was trash.
And having her being new to real estate, I'm sure that there are some things that she had questions about or really didn't understand because she hasn't, you know, been exposed to the real estate industry. So she's not gonna retain all of it.
What I would say is that I am proud that she went out there and she got underneath the house. Like, she got dirty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she definitely got dirty.
She definitely got dirty. And I'm proud of that. I mean, you know, dad moment and all. But outside the dad moment, it's good to see somebody not just talking about beauty and this, that, and the third. It was good to see somebody in that age demographic, you know what I'm saying, out there talking about houses and really being immersed in the process that day. And to see that she actually, I didn't know about that until she showed it. So, you know, spoiler alert, I did see it before this, but the fact that she actually made the TikTok showed that she really enjoyed it. She wanted to do it. And she even asked more questions about it. So I don't believe she retained the information, but I feel like it made her more curious and interested. And that's definitely a positive. And then with that being said, I want to shout out Sydney from 360 Inspections, 360 Home Inspections. He really came through and he took his time. He redid a couple shots for us. He reflew the drone for us a couple of times. He took a moment to answer it was unusual the amount of people that we had with us during that walkthrough, and he took his time answering everything. Shout out to Sydney. Great guy, came all the way down from Richmond. So real big shout out to him. Big heart on him. 360 Home Inspections. And then shout out to Corey Jones, downtown Newport News. We literally just walked in, and we're gonna have that video posted soon. Yeah, we literally just walked in the office, and he gave us a full all out interview.
Hey, that was some serious game, man. Especially on the insurance tip. Like, it was definitely, it goes deeper than insurance. Like, he definitely showed you how to like build up generational wealth, and you know, Terry asked some great questions for him to convey that message to you guys. And I hope you guys, when you guys do watch it, when it does get uploaded, you guys watch that video all the way through, because it's definitely some game. Definitely can get you that generational wealth you're looking for.
And I'm going to say this, when it comes to talk about money, investing, sometimes it comes across as boring. We can only make this sound so exciting, but it's nothing more exciting than see your bank account grow.
Yeah.
So listening to Corey and some of those terms like high yield and flip and bond, and you know, when we start talking these different terms, it might get confusing, but if you take the time, you take your time and you implement some of these things, you'll definitely see your bank account grow tremendously over time.
Absolutely.
Hey, if all eyes and ears are good, that's the end of the episode.
You killed it.
Hey, calm down, bro.
It's hearts and minds, man. It's hearts and minds.
Hearts and minds. I mean,
hearts and minds are free.
Hearts and minds are free.
All hearts and minds are clear. That's what they used to say in church, but
yeah. Then they like do another. Then it's like another praise dance before you like. Yeah. They gotta bang the joint. Then they gotta go through the joint. Then somebody stand up and do the joint.
Somebody start shouting. Then everybody start shouting, and church is not over. It lasts another hour and a half. And I thought I was gonna go home 2 hours ago.
That's how I felt about this podcast today.
Oh, you could have got up and left. I was looking right next to you.
Listen, I just want to only because it's been a missing part to this episode. Karima, we need you to close us out today, because you are usually the talker and the speaker, and we're missing the smile behind the camera.
All hearts and minds are clear. Karima will take us out in prayer. Bow your head, close your eyes, pray us out.
Okay.
Brooklyn style. Hold on. Brooklyn style.
Right.
Hey, yo, son, thank you, Jesus God.
You my homie for real.
Oh, God, you dead ass my homie.
No way. Now, you don't have to pray. Just take us out.
I forgot how that goes. It's been a while.
We don't hear the smile. We definitely don't hear the smile. You look like you about to take a purge.
Carrie, my medicine kicked in and I have no emotions right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Hey, thank God for military science.
Yeah.
You could take us out, Terry.
Take us out. Huh?
I'm new to this, so.
You sing your national anthem and then salute.
Lord.
Oh, say can you?
We'll go ahead, take us out. We're gonna see y'all next week for another one. This will be uploaded by the end of the week. And that is a wrap on Black Line Live.
That's a wrap.
Bye, y'all.